Next up, pausing your automatic contributions. We have seen people who, well-meaning, like I said, a lot of people in this circumstance are people who were saving and they continue at a rapid clip even when cash flow is being crunched, contributing to things like an investment fund, like a non-qualified brokerage account or a 401k. And remember, this is all based on levels of severity. So the lengths to which you take this can vary from person to person. But I can tell you, if you're truly in a cash crunch, it may be a time where you can take a pause on those contributions to a non-qualified investment account where there's not some type of match where you're like leaving free money on the table by stopping that contribution. With retirement contributions, it's a little more dependent on how severe your situation is. For example, if you're just dealing with reduced income, but you still have decent cash flow, it may be too severe for you to stop your retirement contributions, especially if you're in a situation where you're receiving a decent match from your employer, because stopping that retirement contribution could mean leaving free money on the table. But there's a difference between like the best financial decision in the long run and the best financial decision you can make now. So let's say that cash flow is really struggling. I would argue that if there's someone in your household still earning an income and there's money that you can put back into your now pockets by reducing, if not stopping, those retirement contribution, the now dollars may be more valuable than the later dollars in this circumstance. So if you are really in that crunch, the level of severity you might take is I do need to put a pause on these retirement contributions as well until we're in a better situation in terms of how much money is coming in the door. Next up, a couple cash flow items. The first of them being evaluating your subscription. This is an easy one. If you have done our 30 Money Moves challenge, the link to which I'll put in the show notes, you know that one of the first things that we recommend you doing is just getting an idea of the things that you're paying for automatically. When you have 7 or 8 or 9 subscriptions, is not that big of a deal when cash flow is strong, but you would be surprised how much of a relief even being able to say that you reduced your expenses by $100 a month can be during times of financial hardship. So it may not be $100 a month. It may be $8 here, $9 there. But if you can do away with things that you're not actually using at a high clip, it prevents you from having to cut down to the level where you're having to make substantive changes to your budget, which is the next thing where if you reach that level, you do have to start to evaluate the to and fro of your daily life. And I can tell you that that's a miserable place to be. So my preference is to comb through your budget to find the things that you're not using first. And then as things get more dire, start to actually evaluate the things that require more effort and sacrifice on your end. But if you can identify some of those low hanging fruit, then hopefully you don't have to get to the point where you're starting to think about, do you have to live on a beans and rice budget?